I'm joined by Simon Aboud. He's Division Director at Macquarie Agricultural Funds Management. So thanks very much for joining us, Simon. So I want to start out by asking you, do you think that Moscow made a bad move here by banning exports? Because that, of course, might encourage other countries to do the same thing, and that creates a self-feeding cycle.
I think one of the things we need to understand is that the Russian government's priority has got to be its economy, and as a big part of that is ensuring that it has access to wheat and grains, both for food and for livestock. And naturally we've seen that have a large impact on the wheat price over the last, particularly the last week, but really over the last 3 months we've seen the wheat price increase. I think that that's creating opportunities for markets like Australia and the United States who can actually supply to the market.
All right, now we should also talk about barley feed, because actually the Black Sea area, including Russia and the Ukraine, is more responsible, or has half of the whole of the world's exports for barley feed. So should we actually be looking at the price of meat and poultry to go up rather than breads and cereals, for example?
I think the increase in wheat price will have a flow on to other feed. So we're seeing corn price as well as barley prices starting to increase. I think one of the drivers of demand for meat is economies and economic prosperity, if you like. And I think that what we're more likely to see is livestock and meat prices respond to a recovering economy in the future, or economies in the future, rather than necessarily a spike in the price of wheat or barley.
How likely is a rerun of the 2007-2008 food crisis that sparked riots in developing countries all around the world?
I think that there's, whilst we've seen the wheat price and we've seen other agricultural prices increase, we haven't seen them to the height that they were in 2007, 2008. I think there's a few mitigating things. Well, I think that the market is still waiting for full information, so the market is still waiting to understand how much production we will see out of regions like Australia and Argentina in terms of being able to supply and fill the gap that Russia is leaving. I think we also need to be mindful that in the United States they've certainly got a reasonable stock of wheat which can come to the market. So I think we're likely to see price volatility over the coming months as we learn more about the exact quantum, if you like, of the impact of the drought in Russia and the holding back of wheat from that region.
Simon Aboud there from Macquarie Agricultural Funds Management. Thanks for joining us.